concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 80% pain, 100% reason to remember the day. He doesn't need his name up in lights, he just wants to be heard. Whether he's clean or light, he feels so unlike everybody else alone. In spite of the fact that some people still think that they know, but fuck him, he knows the code. It's not about the salary, it's all about reality and making some noise, making a story, making sure his click stays up. That means when he puts it down, Todd's picking it up. Let's go.
Let's see anyway. You never really talk so much. Never misunderstand us. Cause everything is starstruck. Humble your life experience. Giving despite the fact that it's just it's a lyrical manifest. Putting together yourself. The picture connects. Never asking for someone's help. Making some respect. He's only focused on what he wrote. His will is beyond reach. Powered on what he knows. Celebrating artists. 20% skill. 80% clear. Be 100% clear. Just why he was killed. Queer. Thought he'd be the one to set the West in flames. I heard him wreck it with the crystal method, name of the game. Ain't rap, drop nugget, death from the trench. I like bleach, man. Hype had the stupidest verses, dude, it's the truth. Now everybody getting them guest spots. The stocks through the roof, I heard you fucking with best guys.
10% luck, 20% skill, 18% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 80% pain, 100% reason to remember the day.
Tell him like he's sick and he's spitting fire and might let him out the dryer. He's hot, having a co-minor with top off of denial. He's porcupine, he's a prick, he's a cop. The type they would want to be with, and rappers hope he gets shot. 8 years in that mirror, patiently waiting to blow. Now they
Yes, we have some over at 11.
Okay, perfect. Kids are all on.
Last year was like
Can you hear me? All right, 6:30. Make sure you get your bags of clothing into that truck. Otherwise, you're going to have no clothing. And Isaac will leave on time. So if you haven't done so yet, please put your gear on the U-Haul truck. And yourself good.
mom can't realize it. When it takes whatever it is, I was like, this comes like it was supposed to be in Toronto. I decided me and my brother and they're up there. And then fractured. You know, like to get fractured not the rib too. You know, I told them if they're write your name on it. You have you go hopping now? Knee brace. Yeah, this is gross. Doing it anyway. I ended up I got a terrible leg cramp. I thought, no big deal. Just flip over on my back and ride it out. And I rode it out all right. And then, you know, it went away and I started with some like, you know, like an along the shore content. And I never made it. At one point I looked up and I could see the marina. I swam for an hour and 45 minutes. Well, they're resetting. Small amount of stress. I've been racing on
If you have not picked up your chip, please, there's some cool tents with blue cool tents. Pick up your chips, your chip, your wings. And make sure that your chips are worn on the outside of your wetsuit. Otherwise, it will not register your time. Chips on the outside of the wetsuit. Thank you.
Right. Anything that's good or you don't get wear your I'm gonna swim with my sand. So I can walk. Yeah.
They're all in back.
Oh, you're so yeah, I'll never run it. I know,
I just got told that the water temperature in the middle of the lake is 71 degrees.
in the middle. The water temperature doesn't I have those shoes.
Mary Anderson. Mary, please come to the permission booth.
I'm loving that spray. That spray makes this very I had enough. The problem is I had so much idea. So many ideas that I
Will the gentleman who lost his chip please make his way to the information booth so we can change things around?
I'm okay,
Good morning, everyone. How are you all feeling? I want to welcome you all. Before we get started, fortune. So big round of applause for them. I would also like to recognize our safety director, Jacob Kaiser, for getting us all safely working behind the scenes so that we can have a successful and safe event. Now, if there's one person that I have to single out, is the one standing next to me, and that is Brian Castillo. Brian is the kayak director, and if you have ever wondered why this operation is run so freaking well, it is because of him. It's a well-oiled machine. He recruits, trains, organizes, communicates, and leads the finest team of volunteer kayakers in the country. Let's have these generous men and women. They donate their boats, the boaters as well. They donate their boats, their gas, their time, and they're here to support you. So speaking of safety, I would also like to recognize the agencies that work with us to make this day possible. The United States Coast Guard, National Park Service, Scouts and DNR, Bayfield Fire and Ambulance, all the EMS, all the ambulance services, and everyone else who's standing by in case they're ever needed. We hope they're all bored out of their minds. Yeah? So let's be grateful they're here. All right. And then a very special thank you, of course, goes to our hosts, Barb and Eric Rutzner, and the entire Rutzner family for years. They have graciously opened their property to us in Madeline Island to thousands of swimmers. Since this is the 20th anniversary of the Lapointe. And we simply couldn't imagine this race ending
Without getting too personal.
so I also would like to thank our amazing sponsors, and I will be announcing them as we go later on. And they have invested in you in this community, and we are grateful for their partnership. And speaking of 20 years, I have a little surprise for you. Somebody had to have an idea, right, to put this thing together. Guess what? That somebody is here. Scott Armstrong, where are you? Not only is he here, but he is gonna swim it.
All right, yeah, I was the leader of the group that started this 20 years ago. It's really fun to see everybody how big and awesome it's become. It was always my favorite week of the year because I get to spend time with hundreds of stud athletes. I always gave the same advice, which is steer on the hump first thing this event. So much better steering. Now, if you go too far to the right, you're going to land in Ashland. There's a bus every 2 hours, so they'll get you back. If you go too far left, there's Bayfield Island. And then there's Canada, passport or a real ID. But it's been great to fantastic 10 years to build it up to 400 and now 600. It's the enthusiasm of the organizers, community, and it's the special thing is you get to swim over there and over there, look back and say, it's like you're 10 years old. And somebody asks you, do you think you can climb that tree? So go over there, look back, and enjoy the place.
All right, swimmers, you have trained for this moment all year. If this is the first time you're doing the first point to Lapointe, let me hear you. If this is your 5th, 10th, 15th, 20th time swimming the point to Lapointe, let me hear you. When I say point, you say Lapointe. And here we go. You've earned this moment. Every cold morning, every water and logistics of getting out there, given the weather and given the current conditions and the wind conditions. Brian?
Thanks, Ursula. Everybody still feeling okay? Sweet. Well, I'm just like tired thinking about all y'all swimming out there. But great day to be out on the lake, and just so you all know, as Ursula had noted, your safety is our #1 priority. So we want to make sure that we're keeping all of y'all accounted for. Everybody has a buoy this year, which makes it a little bit easier in our regards, but thinking about the elements that we can't necessarily control but can work with, we're going to get into the weather and how that might affect your experience out there. When you all look out at the lake, you can see part of the Apostle Island National Lakeshore. The first buoy that y'all see, y'all are gonna swim around that one, and then that's gonna line up your path to see over towards Madeline Island. The wind overnight has kind of shifted around a little bit. It's been a little bit more northerly and is presenting northeasterly this morning around 7 knots. So because of that, there's going to be a slight surface current. A little bit closer to the mainland, that's around 0.15 knots, which doesn't seem like a lot. The kayaks are going to drift across the water. Y'all are in the water, so you're going to drift a little bit as well. As we get closer, does it need to go to 11? Yes. Okay. So I don't know what we didn't hear. The wind this morning is around 7 knots, might be bustling up to about 9 knots from the northeast. That is going to push you all slightly to the south. So like Scott said, we don't want anybody ending up in Ashland, but because we have around 75 kayaking assets out there, they're going to be forming a line for y'all to stay, like we're going to make a corridor so y'all can stay within that corridor. Big thing for y'all is to keep the kayaks on your right side. If you have a kayak between you and Basswood Island, you need to head a little bit further to the right, a little bit to the south. So we're going to likely use that buoy line as that southern boundary because of the drift. Because if we were to use that as our midline, y'all would be swimming quite a bit back north to get up to Madeline Island. So that buoy line likely is going to be your southern boundary. You're going to keep the kayaks to your left.
Louder, please.
Sorry, you're going to stay to the... I was just checking. Y'all were paying attention. Yeah, we want the kayaks to the right. We're going to stay in the kayak corridor. And then our paddlers are instructed to keep you well informed. Some of y'all wear earplugs, some of y'all are listening to music. Actually, I don't know if that's a thing, but if folks are hollering at you, they're not critiquing your form or how you're breathing or anything like that. They're trying to make sure that you stay in course. If one of y'all breaks the kayak line, it's just like breaking the dam gets let loose and everybody goes wild up there. And we want to make sure that y'all are corralled and safe. So if paddlers are hollering at you, just stop for a moment, pay attention, and then hop back in line as needed. If you're not feeling like today's your day, no harm, no foul. The paddlers are out there for y'all to rest on. And if you have a medical issue or something else comes up, we can have y'all retrieve from the course with our powerboard squad as well. I don't have time to field questions, but hopefully that all makes sense for y'all. But big things are, we're going to stay within that paddling corridor, and then if you need a hand, if you need assistance out there, raise a hand. One of our paddlers will get to you in a timely manner, and then we can sort you out while you're on your way. Ruby? All right, stay safe, have fun, make good choices.
I don't know about good choices. They're all here, so there goes that the race. So I'm going to ask that anybody who's not wave 1, and that will be the blue caps, step back a little bit further so that we can get the formation going. Now remember, there are floor mats, there are mats on the sand, at the start line. Make sure that you are crossing over a mat. And your time does not start until you cross the mat. So even if the horn blows, you still have your time when you cross the mat. Okay, in case you're wondering what wave you are in, if you have a blue numbers 1 to 110. That is wave 1. Wave 2 are white caps, 111 to 220. Wave 3 are the gold caps, 221 to 330. Wave 4, neon green, that starts 331 to 430. And then the non-competitive waves are wave 5 is neon pink, and wave 6, neon yellow. So I should only be seeing blue pads by the start. swimmers head out. Now is your turn. Find your rhythm, stay relaxed, and remember, this race is not won in the first 5 minutes. Swim your swim, have an incredible crossing, and go get that island.
I look up that one again.
2 minutes to go.
Mike! Good luck, man. See you on the other side.
All right. Ready? We have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! All right, wave 3. By now, there are swimmers stretching all the way across the lake. In just a few moments, you will be joining them. Thousands of people have crossed these waters over the past 20 years, and in just a few hours, you will be one of them. Have a fantastic swim. Let's hear it for wave 3. Big round of applause. Island Houston. 1 minute. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Some of your seasoned Lapointe veterans, others are about to earn that title today. No matter how many times you have crossed, Lake Superior always deserves your respect. Enjoy every stroke. You got this. Whether you're racing the clock, chasing a personal goal, or simply proving to yourself that you can do it, you have already accomplished something incredible by getting on this beach today. Now go finish what you started. We'll see you on Madeline Island.
Enjoy breakfast or whatever you're going to be eating in the meantime. Yeah, that's what we're thinking about in the car.
Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Already lost.